What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I hope all of you are doing great. So to give you a quick rundown of what we are going to be accomplishing today. So where I left you off in the last video was I glued up this arch and the trim pieces for the hutch. And today what we're going to go ahead and do is glue that to the rest of the cabinet. And then we'll get going on the shelves. I have a really interesting jig to show you for doing the shelves. So that is what the day is going to be looking like. It is really cloudy out here. I don't know if you can tell very well, but it's just a dark and gloomy day. But that does not mean rain is coming. What that means is there are so many grassland fires around here that all of the smoke that goes up into the air covers the sun and it gives it like a dark, gloomy feeling, but it's still the same temperature. So it's like 100 degrees out. It's a smoky feeling right now, but I'm out here. We're gonna get some good work done today, and I hope you guys enjoy it. All right, not 100 degrees, but 104 degrees. So one of the most recent additions to the shop out here is this old roll of carpet that I got. In my brother's room, actually, we're putting in some hardwood floors, and we ripped out all the carpet, right? And it made no sense to throw the whole thing away. So I took a couple of the pieces, cut them up, and one of them is working out really well on this workbench. This workbench is a 3x6, and this works really great for sanding stuff down because carpet won't scratch anything. So it's a lot easier for sanding stuff. It grips into the carpet really well, and all of the sanding and the dust goes directly into the carpet, which is super easy to vacuum with the shop vac. And if there are any of you guys out there who are doing some sort of home renovation, I would definitely recommend saving a couple pieces of this stuff because you never know what you might use it for. And one other quick thing I'd like to mention is over here on the mortises, I got a couple comments on the last video about the size of the tenon and how the wall of the mortise is probably too thin. That is not the case in my opinion. So the reason why I went with a 1/2-inch mortise is because on either side of the mortise there was plenty of material. All you had to do was, you know, whittle away just enough to where it fit snugly, but it wasn't loose. And I think what some people were concerned about was it cracking because it's so thin. And that was not the case because I took my time and it fit in there perfectly. Now obviously if this is your first time doing a mortise and tenon, you probably don't want to go that thin because you are really, because there is a really likely chance that you will split that out. But in my case I didn't and it worked out pretty well. So I got this, so what I have here is a jig that will drill all of the holes for the shelf pins. What my grandma wanted was adjustable shelves so that she could then, you know, move them accordingly depending on what she wants to put on them. And in order to do that, I went out and bought this jig because it'd be really hard to drill all these holes, you know, evenly spaced apart and all on the same line. So the reason why I'm doing this now is because once I put this arch piece and the trim pieces on, I'm not going to be able to register this against the side. So I'm going to do these really quick and then we'll glue it on. Alright, so here's a bit of an update. So I was able to use this jig right here. By the way, this is a Craig shelf pin jig, and this worked out really great for doing all of these holes in here. and they turned out really nice. I was worried about the plywood, and you know, when the drill bit goes in, sometimes it can make the ends around the hole a little bit frilly, and that didn't happen. The holes came out really clean. They're all evenly spaced, and now it's time to glue this on. The one thing I am concerned about just a little bit with this is having enough clamps that can go along here on the top and on the sides. Over here are all my pipe clamps. I'll see what I can do. I'll probably end up using all of them. I think on there's 12, so I'll probably end up using all of those to clamp this together. And then after that, we're gonna work on some shelves. Oh my god, I'm so happy with this right now. I was really worried about this thing being clamped up too much, and it turned out perfectly. The reveal under here is totally even across the whole length. That is perfect. The arch came out perfect, and I clamped that up real nice, and there was a really even bead of glue that squeezed out. I am so happy that that part of the build is done. That was really worrying me for a couple days. I've just been thinking about this nonstop of, you know, I really didn't want to mess this up. If I did, this is a lot of work to redo if it went wrong. So now what we're going to do is start on the shelves. Now these aren't going to be super difficult. All they're really going to be is 2 boards that are going to be jointed and planed and then glued together. And that's really it. There's going to be 3 of them total. You know, if my grandma ever wants another one, all I have to do is make another one. That's really all it is. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do right now. I hope you guys are enjoying this video, and let's keep going. So I just took the measurements for the shelves, and they're going to be 30 inches long and 17 inches wide. And the one thing about this is that I'm going to have to be gluing up a bunch of boards in order to get that 17 inches in width. I don't have any boards that wide, and the widest I have is 12 inches. But I want the seams of the glue on the shelves to be symmetrical, because that's just one of the things that I'm going to notice. And if it's like one 12-inch board and then a 5-inch board, that might look weird. So I want it to be symmetrical and even. So what I have here is a 5-inch or just over 5-inch board, and this one right here is 6 inches. So what I'll do is I have enough here to make 3 shelves total, and there's going to be 2 6-inch pieces, and then there's going to be a 5-inch piece in the middle. And if you took first grade math, you can understand that that will add up to 17 inches. Alright guys, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I apologize for not showing the glue up of the shelves. My camera battery died right when I was going to film that. But what I did was I went in and plugged in the battery, and then I came down, quickly glued up the clamps, and there was just enough juice in the battery for me to film this intro right now. So I have the shelves all clamped up, but I really did want to glue these shelves up tonight so that then tomorrow morning they'll be good and dry, and then I'll be able to work on them tomorrow. But here they are right now, all three of them nicely clamped up. Nothing really went awry when I did this. It was really smooth, and that's really it. I might be able to get to the molding parts tomorrow, later in the day, after I finish up the shelves and, you know, I sand all of these down. That's basically going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, I'd love to have you subscribe if you have not already. I'm really putting a lot of effort into these videos now, and I hope you guys see that. That's basically going to be it for this one, and I will see you guys in the next video.